I've come to Esser Automotive in Germany to find my perfect hypercar. The way this is going to work is I'm going to pick 10 cars from this collection, which I'm going to find out a little bit more about, and then I'll actually reject 5 of them. Will I reject this? The remaining 5 I'll get to sit in to try out for size, but then I'll reject 2 of them. The remaining 3 I'll get to cold start to experience the sound of their engines. In fact, you won't believe what engine is in this car. Finally, I'll reject 2 more cars, which will leave me with 1 car that I'll get to drive on the road. Will it be something like this Valkyrie, which I have driven on track before, but never on the road? Or will it be something I've never even set eyes on before, such as this mad Apollo? Well, I'm super excited today, and you're going to join me as I get to drive a really, really special car. I can't wait. But not everything would go to plan, because later something would happen that could damage an irreplaceable $10 million hypercar. We need to just pull into a garage station. Right, let's see what we've got. Wow, that is insane. They are super rare. Blimey. Well, it's a good start, isn't it? Aston Martin Valkyrie. Look at the paint scheme on this. It's incredible. Carrera GT in blue. I always see them in silver. GT2 RS, a Huayra Sim. You used that set. I've used that set, that's right.
No, in Turkey.
Oh no, it's going to happen.
You touched the wall.
SF90. What's this? Some kind of like mad R8 with a roof scoop. Oh, look at that. Koenigsegg CCX, another, CCXR, Aventador. We've got some McLarens. Look, a Countach. How do you say it properly? Countach. Another Carrera GT. So this is the colour you expect, isn't it? Oh, look at this. A 993, 911 GT. It's got the best rear wing on any car. Look at this. GT3 RS. Ooh, Aston Martin Valor. A Tramontana R. A Spanish, like, racing car for the road. Look at this. Wow. Okay. Well, there's certainly some interesting cars here. But before we go any further, I need to introduce Marcus, the owner of Esser Automotive. He's going to tell me about each car's amazing backstory, and importantly, how much they cost. The first car we're going to start with is a Koenigsegg CCXR. Every Koenigsegg is special, but the CCXR is a true icon. It's based on the infamous 800 horsepower CCX, but its modified twin supercharged 4.7 litre V8 now produces over 1,000 horsepower. It can reach almost 250 miles an hour. Koenigsegg only made 11 CCXRs, but this one is unique for a couple of very interesting reasons.
That particular car is one of the, or if not the very first CCXR. Special about this one is the sequential shifting. So you have 3 pedals, so you have a clutch, and then you only shift up and down, but it's so much fun. So this is one of the highest mileage Koenigsegg's out there.
What's it done?
It's got 35,000 kilometers.
That's a lot for a Koenigsegg, isn't it?
I think so, yes.
What's the average for a Koenigsegg, do you think, per year?
Per year, I would say around maybe 2,000 to 3,000. This one was his favorite car, and they used it a lot. The first owner drove most of the mileage, and he had it on several rallies. He drove the Gumball in it, he drove a Modball rally. He was not a garage queen driver. He was really using it as it's meant to be.
I really love the CCXs.
Yeah.
I actually prefer the CCX than the Agera. I just prefer the look of it. And I like the fact that they're manuals. I would like to have a go with that sequential maybe. We'll find out if I'm going to actually pick this car later on. What is the value of one of these?
Around 1.6, 1.7 million euros.
How much more expensive are they than the normal CCX?
It depends. You know, let's say the R is of course always a little higher than a normal X, but I think the most important would be mileage and the year. Like one of the very late CCXs, for example, the editions, that's worth, I don't know, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 minimum more than this one, as there are only a very few of them. A good example would be this one. You also have to take into considerations not only mileage and year, it's also for which market are they built. This one here is eligible for the US. That makes it very special.
So you can import it into the US without the 25-year rule or whatever it is?
Yes, because this one was built for the US. This one is not.
So what's the price of this one then, would you say?
Something like this would in the US sell for around $2.5 million US dollars.
Right, so a bit of an uplift over that one. Okay, which would you pick to drive?
This.
Yeah, I think I went for the right one. The second car on my list is the Aston Martin Valor. Only 110 of these cars were built to celebrate Aston Martin's 110th anniversary. It's based on the latest Vantage, but it has a fully carbon fibre body and a modified 5.2 litre twin-turbo V12 from the DBS with 715 horsepower. Unlike other Astons, this car has a 6-speed manual gearbox, but this specific Valor has another cool feature.
So this one was delivered to a very good customer of ours. He has a color matching Valkyrie, and he said, I want the two cars in exactly the same spec, and also with this stripe on the bonnet. And all of this you will find also on his Valkyrie. Out of the 110 cars in existence, it's the only one in this combination.
Okay, so where's his Valkyrie? Is that for sale?
No, that one's not for sale.
So why is he getting rid of the Valor?
Every one of us has a certain limit of space, let's say.
Okay.
So this is one where he said now, okay, I let it go and make space for something else.
Okay, so what's he asking for?
And we're looking at 1.8 million euros.
And what was it new?
It's about the new price of the car.
So they've held?
Yeah, it's slightly over.
What do you think about like the manual cars in future? Because I know that with classic cars from like the 50s and the 60s, they're falling in value now because the people that were interested in those, who saw them when they were a kid, and then when they've got some money, they bought them. But these people are now dying off. And so it kind of, the values like shift with like a generation, don't they? What's going to happen when like the young people that like looked at these cars and really dreamt of having them, but they don't learn how to drive manual?
I agree with you that this is a problem, and I can also foresee that they only drive electric cars, which is a nightmare for me. So that's why I'm trying to teach everyone to how to drive manuals and how much fun it actually is. And I agree with you that these really old cars are depreciating, but this one is not affected yet. Their peak is still to come.
Really?
In my eyes. This one here is, I don't know, 100 years.
Really? But in 100 years' time, the people who were driving cars will not know how to drive a manual?
We will teach them.
We
will teach them, and my kid, my son, will teach them. You know?
Okay, all right. So, I mean, that's a special thing, you know. If I'm going to pick one car to drive, the chances of driving one of these is pretty blooming slim. So that could be very high up on my list. So the Aston Martin Valor is a really striking looking car, but it's got a retro design to it. This is a really striking looking car, and it looks super futuristic and modern. It is the Apollo IE. This car wouldn't look out of place in a Transformers movie, but under the crazy carbon fibre body, the Apollo is more like an old school racing car. It has rear wheel drive, a sequential gearbox and a naturally aspirated V12 engine. But despite all this, there's a good reason why you've probably never heard of it. Marcus, what exactly is the Apollo IE?
The idea was from a Hong Kong Chinese businessman to have his own supercar. And then he worked out the designer to work with. He worked out the people who built it for him. So the car was actually built in the end here in Germany at HWA.
HWA ran Mercedes' official DTM touring car team and built the stunning CLK GTR road cars. More recently, they developed the glorious naturally aspirated V12 engines in the Pagani Huayra R and Evo Roadster, and they applied the same technical know-how when they built this incredible Apollo.
Engine-wise, it's a V12 normally aspirated 6-liter engine with close to 800 horsepower, which screams like hell. It's really, really phenomenal. There's only 10 of them in the world. We are fortunate enough to have 2 of them.
So what's the value of this one? What are you expecting to sell it for?
The value is around 4 million euros netto. That's what we're also looking to get.
What was the original price of it?
Was around 2.9 million euros.
So they've gone up.
They've gone up, yeah.
What do you think is going to happen with the value of these? Because your money's safe in like exclusive Ferraris, exclusive Porsches. This is a little bit unknown, isn't it? If they've only done 10 cars.
Yeah, it's unknown, but in this hypercar community, they know about them. You don't need a lot of people, you know. There's 10 cars. So 10 cars are all taken, and there's a lot more people that said, that's a freaking cool car, you know. I want to have something really special, you know, when I show up at the next supercar meet or something, then if you come with this, you will be the only one.
Right. I mean, the opportunity to drive something like this. Yeah, we'll see what happens later on. The fourth car is one of my favourite cars of all time. I absolutely love these, and this one's particularly special. It's a Carrera GT. It has a naturally aspirated 5.7 litre V10 engine with 612 horsepower that was originally designed for Formula 1. And the GT's carbon fibre chassis uses technology from a top-secret Le Mans car Porsche developed in the 90s. Crucially, it also has a 6-speed manual gearbox, which makes it one of the most involving Porsches to drive, and probably the most difficult.
So this is a very special Carrera GT, as it's one of the very last examples. So they made 1,280 something cars, and this is chassis 1,220 or something. I have to look it up. But a very, very late car from 2006. It's in a PTS color, midnight blue metallic, and they made only 6 of them in this color. That's the only one out of the 6 with blue interior. So that's very special about this car. So I'm making big eyes. Unfortunately, it's sold already. So don't fall in love too much. It's already sold. It's just waiting here for basically final delivery.
But I could potentially drive it.
Yes.
Okay, but you've got another one over there. That's like in the classic kind of Carrera
that's
GT.
launch spec.
Yeah.
Carrera GT Silver.
The paint.
Yeah.
I know you say you sold it. It actually matches perfectly my 996
Oh, does it?
and my 986 Boxer, so I could have those two and then this.
Maybe I should tell that to the owner that you already have the 996.
Yeah, so I have to,
and the Boxer. Yeah. So I should maybe convince him to give it to you instead.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the value of this one?
Something special like this is always a lot more than a standard color or a standard car. So you're more going towards the 2 million figure than the 1.5 million.
So what was that one over there?
This one is 1.350. The mileage is low on this one, and the paint is more, and the whole combination is more special. It's a very late car. And this one is a car that has been driven a little bit more, so that's 32,000 kilometers.
It's quite a lot more.
Yeah, this one has 12,000.
12,000, 30 odd. Okay, yeah. Another question. You said it's a later car. Are they worth more?
Yeah, kind of. So people that are really into the GT market know that the later the car, the better it is.
Yes, exactly, because they figure it out as they like, yeah. So I've got an ST, which is a later model. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you think is going to happen with these? Are they going to keep going up, do you think?
I think they will. It's a car that will never come again like this from Porsche. It's such as close to a race car as it can be.
But you do need skills to drive these, because they can be a little bit kind of edgy.
Oh yeah.
And there was a problem with the suspension, wasn't there? There's a massive recall.
Yeah, just recently they had a big recall. But now they're fine. They got some new Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires, the latest version.
So you get new suspension, new tires. One thing about them though, if I do get to drive this, they're famous with their clutches, aren't they? Because they've got like a tiny little clutch, and you've got a really powerful, snappy V10 engine.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky.
And so you've got risk of stalling, and you can't apply revs because you can burn out the clutch.
Right.
And how much is it to replace a clutch on one of these?
Around 15k, maybe slightly more.
Maybe I shouldn't drive it, but I kind of want to drive it. My fifth choice is something a little bit weird, the Tramontana R. It looks like a cross between an Aerial Atom and a Formula 1 car, but it has a massive V12 engine and bizarre tandem seats. And there's another reason why the Tramontana R is totally different from everything else here at ESSA Automotive. Most of these cars in here, you have them on consignment, so you're selling them on behalf of a customer, aren't you?
Yeah.
However, certain cars you have bought or you own yourself, and this is one of them.
Yes, because back then a customer wanted to buy a Koenigsegg and he wanted to trade in 3 cars. And one of the 3 was the Tramontana. Of course, the design of it is very special and you have to like it or not. But what's super cool is the seating position. And then you have this super cool, powerful V12 B-turbo 5.5 liter Mercedes engine in the back. 720 horses on the rear wheels, super wide wheels. Back in 2005, when they founded the company, they didn't want to save money. So wherever you look, it's pieces from very well-known manufacturers. For example, the wheels are made from BBS. The brakes are from Brembo. Engine is from Mercedes. The shifting is X-Track, seats from Recaro.
The intro is very interesting. Alpine Radio. Okay, we've got this tandem style. I kind of want to drive this because I know for each of the cars for insurance purposes, Marcus has to come with me. And do you reckon you're going to fit in there, mate?
That's your spot.
No, I'm driving. I'll be driving. You're basically going to have to wrap your legs around me. It's just going to be so weird.
It is so weird.
So how long have you had this for in stock?
For quite some years.
Really? So years?
Yeah.
So it wasn't a great idea to take it in part exchange because no one's bought it?
No, we always look for more money. This one was delivered in 2011. Back then it was 650,000 euros.
Yeah.
When we traded it in, of course we wanted to make a fair profit on it. So far it didn't work, okay. But we also changed the looks of the car in the meantime. So we took off, there's a glass cover.
A cockpit like that, like on a fighter jet.
Exactly, even with a windshield wiper. But we thought the looks is cooler and also the feel is cooler to take it completely off and have the full driving experience.
But you have to drive it obviously with a full face helmet, otherwise you're going to get flies in your teeth and everything.
Yeah.
What are you asking for this particular car?
We're asking 250,000 euros.
So this has gone down then? Like the other things we've been talking about, they've gone up?
From new price it went down, yes.
And usually this could be a bargain then, couldn't it? Because you're getting something that was way under list price, whereas everything else is way over the list price, like the Carrera GT.
When I traded it in back then, I thought, just to have the engine, you know? even if the rest is not worth anything, I would still have the engine.
And you've still got the engine, Mark?
Yeah, the engine is in it, and no, it's so much fun to drive it.
Do you think out of all these cars that we've seen so far, which one will give me the most thrill? Do you think it's this?
Probably, yeah.
Really? My sixth choice is another Aston Martin, the Valkyrie. And in many ways, this is closer to a true racing car than a Tramontana. It was built by Aston Martin in partnership with then Red Bull designer Adrian Newey. It also has a 6.5 litre naturally aspirated Cosworth V12 and an F1 inspired KERS hybrid system to produce over 1100 horsepower. And modified Valkyries are actually being raced in the World Endurance Championship. It also has some of the most insane aerodynamics of any road car, which means it can do this. Marcus, I've driven a Valkyrie on track, never driven one on road. Be quite interesting to drive it on road because it's an awkward car to drive in a way, isn't it? Like you're really like cocooned in this small cockpit, it's super noisy, visibility out isn't great. You've got quite a wide car, but you sit right in the middle of it, so you don't know where the corners are. I'm putting you off letting me drive it now. And especially this one with this paint scheme, whoa.
I think it's really cool and gives the car a very unique look. Yeah, that's 150 cars. And like you said, it's a super unique driving experience. Once it's on a road where you have some space and you're brave enough to go full, then it really kicks you.
The engine is insane.
Yes.
The noise of it. That is insane as well. What are these going for?
They sell for around 2.8 million euros.
And what were they?
Around 2.6.
Okay, so they're not really...
No, just slightly over list.
So what's going on with them? Why do you think that is?
You have to be very, very into like Formula One style driving on the road, having such a crazy machine. It's something really special.
In other words, it's quite hard to drive on the road is what I'm thinking.
Getting in and out is one
hard,
thing,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. And that's the thing I think with this, that a lot of these people, they buy these cars, they go on a tour, and so going in and out, do I take the Aston Martin? No, it's a bit of a pain, I've got to wear the headset, blah, 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 blah. Whereas something like an AMG 1, they're a bit better for a tour as long as they work.
Yeah, that's a bit easier, I agree.
It's more comfortable. The AMG, I could drive it down the road easier than this.
Yeah, that's true.
What's happening with AMG 1s? Are they over list? What do they go for?
They also go over list. I heard 300,000, 400,000, 500,000.
Okay, so a bit better than these maybe.
Yeah, slightly better.
I've heard there's been quite a few issues with these. So whenever I speak to anyone, and with the MG1 Valkyrie, they seem to have quite a few visits from Aston Martin.
There's nothing to hide about. These cars are so close to fighter jet when it comes to complexity. And when there's a manufacturer that makes something like this, they cannot be as perfect as a Porsche 918 Spider, for example. They cannot build 30 test cars and take them all around the globe and test them for 100,000 kilometers each and so on and so forth, because that budget to do that is so crazy high. And that's where all the manufacturers, and Mercedes learned that as well, that it's not so easy to build something like this in a perfect way. There will be little problems or lights or something going on, but when they work,
they're amazing.
They're so amazing. I had a customer once who said to me, so that out of the 10 times, let's say the 3 times it works, it's so amazing that I forget about the 7 times it had a small issue. Have
you got roads round here that would suit this or not?
Oh yeah, we do.
Okay.
We do. That's why we're here.
Okay. At number 7 is the modern Lamborghini Countach. This special edition Aventador blends retro design with the 814 horsepower hybrid drive system from the Sian. This uses supercapacitors instead of conventional batteries to reduce weight and fit the complex hybrid system around this car's mighty 6.5 litre naturally aspirated V12 engine. It's a bit of a funny one that I've picked this because ultimately it's a Lamborghini Aventador, right? Just with a nice exterior and interior.
That's what you said, completely different car.
But such a special thing, like visually for me, this just love it. What do you think?
Yeah, I also love it. Of course, I was also a very big fan of the old Countach.
Yeah, me. I'm a big fan of the Aventador and the SVJ. I love the SVJ, but I also love this. And I think if I was going to have one, this would be my ultimate Lamborghini because it ticks all the boxes. That V12, that single clutch gearbox as well. Like back in the day, people were like, oh, you want a dual clutch because they're smoother. Yeah. But actually, it's an experience, isn't it? The way it smacks you in the back.
It is an experience, yeah.
So values on these. What is this worth? What are you looking for this car?
So they made 112 cars. So this one is a bit special because it's all white. The guy who spec'd the car said, I wanted like the car in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, of course you did. I can tell just by looking at it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he had white color, white rims, and white interior. We all know how that car ended up in the film. We don't want that with this car, but he wanted to have the looks. Value-wise, so the cars were new around 2.1 million euros.
Which is a lot for a rebodied Aventador.
Yeah, but it's also a very special car. And we're looking at 2.4 million euros netto at the moment.
Right, so they're a little bit above list. What do you think will happen long term for something like this? Is it going to stay about where it is? Do you reckon they'll go up again?
They were a bit higher, like you said, but I think in the long run, if you have something like this in, I would say 10, 15 years from now, it will be super high.
Really? So what are you thinking, like 5 million?
No, maybe 3.5.
So not huge gains, but decent gains on it.
Decent gains, and in the long run, I think it will.
And the good thing about this is that you don't have to worry about people being able to drive manual because it's automatic.
Right.
Now you might be thinking, wait a minute, an Audi R8 is not a hypercar, but this one is. It's because it's actually an Apt X GT.
A big part of Apt's business is tuning Audi RS cars, but they also have a very strong racing history, winning numerous touring car and GT championships with modified Audi TTs, A4s, A5s and R8s like this one.
What exactly is this car then, Marcus?
It's basically a race car converted for road use. So Apt took the R8 LMS Ultra GT2 and they made it road legal, basically.
But it's basically a racing car.
It's basically a race car for the road. It feels so illegal when you're in the car.
So what's the value of this? What are you looking for?
We're looking at 679 euros, including taxes. Yeah, they built 99 cars. They are all sold.
Is it quite rare for these to become available?
It's pretty rare. I've seen 2 or 3 cars that came online. We have this one for about a month now.
Much interest?
Yeah, there's some interest on it. Yeah, we're actually in negotiations with one guy.
How long does it usually take for this kind of range of car for the deal to go through from initial interest to sale?
Oh, the average is hard to say. Maybe a week and a half, something like this, for cars around a million or slightly lower. And sometimes it takes, I don't know, 2 or 3 years to convince one customer to get into one of the hypercars. And then he buys them in minutes. So it's always the first step to get him into this league is a little bit harder sometimes.
Because certain cars like have hung around, usually the electric ones like the Rimac Nevera and the Lotus Evija.
Yeah.
You've sold some?
No, but we've been close with Rimac for a while.
It's quite interesting. So I was speaking to Horatio Pagani about like electric cars and how they looked at doing an electric car but then decided not to. He's essentially saying that the cars are good and like the Rimac Nevera is an impressive car.
Super impressive. It's also fantastic.
But people just don't want the electric hypercar, do they? Will that change? Will that change?
It will. There will be a time when this changes. We spoke about it earlier. Remember the young generation? They grew up with electric cars only, and then maybe there's a time when electric hypercars will be more popular.
And how fast do you need to go? Because all of these cars here, you could argue, are a little bit too fast for the road.
Yeah, every single one is too fast for the road. Every single one.
I'd like to see what this is like on the road though. Maybe I'll get to try it. The 9th car is the McLaren P1.
The P1 features a 3.8 litre twin-turbo V8 and an electric motor which produce a combined 916 horsepower. It can do 0 to 60 miles an hour in less than 3 seconds and go on to 217 miles an hour. Alongside the Porsche 918 Spider and Ferrari LaFerrari, the P1 formed the original hypercar Holy Trinity. But the McLaren is the rarest of the 3. Only 375 were made, compared with over 700 LaFerraris and over 900 918 Spiders.
My friend Mark has just bought one of these. He paid, I can't remember, just over $1 million for it. What's happening value-wise on these, and are they a good investment?
I think they are, and I think that they are on the low side right now. Even though it's 10 years old or 11 years old, it's still a car that competes with modern hypercars. The car has to be driven from time to time. That's one thing that I advise to...
Oh, he drives it. At the Holy Trinity, forget about values, because we know the Ferrari is the one that's up there and the other 2 are down here. Which car do you prefer?
918 Spider.
Why?
I like Porsche a lot. It just drives so sharp and so nice. I love the sound when you drive open top and you have the exhaust right next to your ears.
I find the LaFerrari the wildest ride.
Yeah.
But from a sales point of view,
probably the LaFerrari, then the 918, and then the P1. Probably the best buy is at the moment the P1, value-wise.
So my mate Mark did the right thing by getting into a P1 rather than a 918 Spider, because he's always got a mind for business. He has.
Yeah. And I think that he did a good choice.
The 10th and final car on my list is under this cover, so let's unveil it. It is, of course, a Koenigsegg Jesko Attack.
This is the track-focused version of the Jesko. It has a 5-litre twin-turbo V8 with 1600 horsepower, a 9-speed multi-clutch gearbox and active aerodynamics that produce up to 1.4 tonnes of downforce. The Attack has 2 goals: to go faster around a racetrack than any other hypercar and to turn more heads on the way home.
I like the spec, the white and the black works really well, doesn't it?
Yes, especially the carbon stands out a lot on these very bright cars.
Have they built all the Jesko Attacks yet or not?
Not yet, not yet. They're still building Attacks and Absolutes, especially for the US market.
And you've got some customers that are expecting cars, have you?
We have delivered quite many already, but we're still getting some, yes.
What was the list price of something like this?
So the base price of the Jeskos in Europe were 2.35 million euros.
But no one pays that because you add stuff to it. So
yeah, and then you add a little bit. So this one was close to 2.6.
2.6. But let's say someone who hasn't got an allocation for a Jesko, if they wanted it, how much would they have to pay to get into this car, do you think?
Right now, they sell for around 3.8 to 4 million euros.
Really?
Yes.
It's because there's a queue for people, right?
There is.
Now, I've driven one of these. I've driven one in Dubai. I've driven the Absolute at Koenigsegg.
Oh, yeah?
Personally, I'm a bit more of an Absolute guy than an Attack. What
so
about
an
you?
high-speed guy?
Yeah. I just prefer the look of it, actually.
Yeah?
Which do you prefer?
I prefer the Attack.
You're an Attack, okay.
Yeah, even though the Absolute grows more on me, the longer I look at it and the more I have it. But I'm a wing guy.
Yeah, I mean, you've got GT3 RS and you regularly track it on the Nürburgring as well, which is dangerous, but anyway.
But it's fun.
But it's fun. But out of all the Koenigsegg's, as a Koenigsegg dealer, which is your favourite?
The one-to-one.
The one-to-one. So from, what's that, about 10 years ago, was it?
Yeah, 2040, yeah.
Mine, CC850. If, you know, I got really lucky. Somehow found like about 3 million and got an allocation for it as well. That would be the one. That's my ultimate hypercar.
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah. Have you got any coming in?
Yes, we have, yes. In total, 4 cars.
4. And how many of those will be made?
70.
Yeah, because you're supposed to be 50 to celebrate his 50th birthday.
Right.
Then he came up with some kind of spurious reason of how they could make another 20.
Celebrate 50 for my birthday, 20 for 20 years in production, so we're going to make 70 of them.
Yes. Jesko Attack, driving it on the road. I don't find it that difficult to drive, so that wouldn't be too intimidating, but it'd be a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. I like it a lot.
I like you a lot.
Will I pick it? Will I pick it? Now I've got to decide which 5 cars I'm going to keep to sit in, which means I've got to reject 5 cars. And I thought I'd just contemplate it while sitting in the back of this Mansory Rolls-Royce Cullinan. It's tough. I've decided which car I'm going to reject first, and it is the Koenigsegg Jesko Attack. Reason being, if I want a modern Koenigsegg, it's going to have to be the CC850. And I really want to drive an older Koenigsegg. Speaking of which, the older ones have solid silver keys. The new ones are carbon fibre. This is really heavy. Press this button to open it. It's not flashing.
Closer.
I can hear a noise.
Yeah. Did you press here? There you go.
Such an idiot.
Now you have to do it again to lock it again.
But it's open.
Now it's open.
I'm going to get in then. Right, see if I can remember how to open it. Window down, and I can lift it up. Oh, hello. So not electrically operated like the modern Koenigsegg's. And let's get into it rather daintily. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh, this is really cool, this is. I'm loving this shifter. And just the simple design of these old versions of Koenigsegg's. I love it, like with these buttons here for all your different functions like your windows and your lights. Just such a nice layout. Look at the old stereo, look at that. Oh, feels so good. Now you can tell this one's in a few miles, a little bit of patina. Oh, it just feels so right. Oh, I really want to go in this. Oh, it's so annoying that I can only choose to drive one car. I've noticed one thing that might make it a bit tricky to drive. The pedals are seriously offset to the right. The clutch pedal is where the brake pedal should be. The accelerator is right over there against the central column. There's not much room for your feet. The next car I'm going to reject is the Aston Martin Valor. Now the reason for that is that while it is super exciting, manual twin turbo V12, there's another Aston I'd rather drive on the road. I think driving a Valkyrie on the road would just be insane. If I can figure out how to open the door. Where is it? It's there somewhere. There we go. And the door itself is so light. It's carbon fibre, lightweight door. Getting into one of these is fun. If I remember, you have to do it this way. And you slide down over this. Ow! Bang your chin on that, which is really sharp. This is the thing, you can see why people don't tend to want to take these on like a tour. Right, whew. We need to get the steering wheel from somewhere if I'm going to drive it. To shut it, you have to reach up there to the handle and then be careful because it is quite light and it's got soft close. Oh yeah, on the road in this. I don't... It's something else. Just these madly thin bucket seats. Just you're like lying down like in a Formula 1 car almost. I drove one of these ages ago and I overheated the gearbox. There's an issue with it. I'd hate if that happened today if I choose to drive this, but I'm not going to let that dissuade me. The third car I'm going to reject is the Apt XGT. Reason being, it might rain a little bit later on and it could be a bit sketchy. Plus, there's another Audi I'd rather drive. It is, of course, the Lamborghini Countach. Now you're probably saying, oh, that's not really an Audi. The Huracan maybe, but not this. Well, check out that key. That is an Audi key. Anyhow, all the cars that I've picked so far have had fabulous doors and this is no exception. Lovely. Oh, now we've got the plastic on the seat because my dark trousers would mark them. What a thing to sit in. Oh, this trim. Oh, the spec. Oh, and with this glass panel in the roof as well. Oh, it's so nice in here. It feels very Miami, but in a good way. Like, I love the original Countach, but they're so like cramped inside. I mean, the Aventador doesn't exactly have good visibility, but it's way better than the original. Oh, the rest of it though is rather Aventador-y, but with this interior trim and just the looks you're going to get driving this down the street. Oh, LP 800 for 800 horsepower from that 6.5 litre V12. It's going to sound awesome as well, isn't it? The fourth car I'm going to reject is this, the McLaren P1. Now, I've driven one on a runway when we were doing some drag racing with Mark's car, but I've got a feeling I might be able to have a go with his on the road at some point. So I'm holding out for that, which means I can drive a car I've always wanted to, but I've never had the chance. It is, of course, the Porsche Carrera GT. Now, I'm a bit of a Porsche fan, as you're probably aware, and this one has the least exciting doors so far. Still can't figure out where to press the... No, I'm not doing very well at this. No, that is locked. That's unlocked. So it's mad, this interior in this blue. Oh, I'm so frightened of dinging one of the other cars. Oh, these seats are good. Oh yeah. The smell is very similar. There's like an early noughties Porsche smell. It definitely has it. Oh wow, I feel so right. It's funny that this steering wheel is exactly the same as in my 996. So the colour is better in this blue rather than the baby sick Savannah beige in my car. Tell you what is interesting, like the switches are all cheap and plasticky. This bit on the dash as well. Plus the switchgear is just the same as in the 996. It's quite horrible. But then the other bits do just feel more expensive. Obviously with the carbon fibre in the door as well. Right, those pedals. Oh, that clutch. That clutch is, oh yeah, I can see why people have a problem with it. It is vicious. And this iconic gear shifter, like the wood. Oh, I want to hear that V10 sing, I really do, and just have a go at pulling away in this. What's the odds that I'll stall it though? It's going to be a bit nerve-wracking if I choose to drive this. What a thing though. The last car I'm going to reject is the Tramontana. Now, while I think it'd be a blast driving that on the road because it's so extreme, it's not as extreme as the Apollo IE. I mean, this is a crazy, crazy car. Being one of 10, I'm probably never going to see one ever again in my life. Now, if you're actually shopping for a car, if you want something a little bit more normal, I found a great deal on a sports car through Carwow. If you want to see what the car is and the saving through Carwow, click on the pop-out banner appearing in the top right-hand corner of the screen or scan the QR code on screen now. There's also a link in the description of this video and the pinned comment. Anyway, let's get into this. This car also has interesting doors. Where's the button? There it is. I'm not doing very good at this, am I? There we go, look. Oh yeah. Now let's see if I can get into this. Now the steering wheel does come out if you need to remove it, but I'm just going to try and do this in one go. Oh, the seats are interesting. I thought the Valkyrie was like lying downy kind of position. This seems like it's going to be even more so. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my goodness. How do you pull this down? Oh, you pull on that. And then check this out, right? Look, got this little kind of condom, extra safety on the steering wheel so that you don't like scuff it when it's taken out of the car. My goodness. This is like something else. It's mad to think that some guy just wanted to create his own hypercar. It certainly feels like a really special, unique proposition, this thing. The way these seats are like built into the bulkhead, and these are probably the smallest headrests I've ever experienced. And the air conditioning is up there like in a plane. Look at that. You've got like switches like in race cars as well. The digital driver display is actually really clear, but very futuristic. Oh, and that feels right. Oh yes, and like the materials are lovely. This is really soft and squidgy. Doesn't feel quite as intimidating as the Valkyrie because the visibility seems better, but it feels just as like awesome. It's gonna be tough. Decisions. What should I do? What I've got to do now is reject 2 cars and pick 3 to cold start, and one of those will be the one that I actually drive. Obviously it's not going to be this Porsche 993 GT. I mean, listen to this. That is the sound of loss-making quality. Smells of fuel as well. Lovely. So the 2 cars I've decided to reject: Lamborghini Countach, because I've already heard plenty of Lamborghini 6.5 V12s, and the Koenigsegg CCXR. Tough choice, but it's because the other 3 cars I definitely want to hear. The first car we're going to cold start is the Carrera GT. Let's fire up this naturally aspirated V10. Go on, Marcus. Whoa! Oh, that is so nice. Imagine this on the road, full throttle. I want to hear that. You want to hear that? You definitely do. The next car we're going to start is the Apollo. Apparently it's really loud, so go on, Marcus. Okay. There we go, you couldn't hear me. Blimey, I love the design of the exhaust as well, look at that. Oh, it smells quite fuely as well. The final car we're going to cold start is the Aston Martin Valkyrie. Now, Marcus has to go through a procedure to start it up, so go on, talk us through it.
I blocked the steering, that basically activated the car. Then you press the start button once till all the screens and systems come up.
Marcus, I think we've lost the race. Everyone's finished.
Here we are, gearbox in neutral, so I'm ready when you are.
Go on then, do it. V12, naturally aspirated. Lots of gearbox noise, but when this thing is driving, it's amazing. So apparently we can't turn this on straight off, we've got to let it run for a bit until the revs drop and then we can turn it off. It has to go through a cycle. They're dropping. That's it then, 3 cars on the short list, but which one should I drive? I've got to make the decision now. But if it was your choice, which one would you go for? Let me know in the comments. Okay, I've made my decision. And interestingly, the owner of the car that I'm going to drive is actually on his way here now, obviously to check that I'm suitable for driving his car, and he's coming in something rather interesting, and we might just hear him. In fact, we'll definitely hear him before we see him.
A few minutes later.
I can hear it. I can hear something coming. Can you hear that? Listen to that. It's coming. That is so loud, and it's actually quite far away. Sounds like Formula One from the 90s. Oh, look at this. Wow. That's it. Wow, forgot on his Honda.
We were waiting here for 5 minutes. because we heard you already.
Wow. Hello, you're right.
Yes.
You're right.
All the rain over.
Yeah, always.
This is Mike, and he's offered to give me a lift to our filming location in his amazing Zonda F. However, instead of a quiet country road, Marcus has scouted a secret test track where I'd be able to drive the car flat out. Unfortunately, there was no guarantee we'd be allowed in, and to make matters worse, there was heavy rain on the way.
Obviously this is the Roadster, and it does have a roof with it that you can put on, but you have to take it with you, look, in the passenger seat.
The only way to make space for me was to leave the roof behind in the garage, which meant that this car's bespoke interior would be completely exposed to the elements. Would that decision come back to haunt us later on?
I've never been in a Zonda.
Never?
Never. So how many cars have you roughly?
Never counted.
And do you drive all your cars?
Yeah.
You don't care about,
Mileage, no.
just enjoy it.
I think that's the point of owning a car.
And this, out of all your cars, is the one?
Yeah, basically this is a rebuild from a base, let's say, Zonda F. So every detail on this car is chosen by me. This is the paint, everything, the color, all bespoke.
Really?
The only thing that was left carried over from the donor car, we'll say, was the chassis number.
And do they re-strengthen the chassis or anything like that?
Yeah. This is a brand new chassis. It used to be a coupe.
Yeah.
Now it's a
okay.
Roadster.
Right. I think the best cars are fun, even when you're going slow.
Exactly. This is why this car is my favorite. You don't need to do 300 kilometers an hour to get fun or create acceleration, you know. You can actually just cruise and it's very enjoyable. And it's very roomy for a car, like for a normal, let's say, sports car even.
But it doesn't feel overly big at the same time.
Nope. It's very easy to drive. This gearbox, the Zonda, was the first manual car I ever owned.
Really?
Yeah, I never got, you know, got to the point.
I'm used to very fast cars, and electric cars have changed everything.
Yeah, but that's
the
only
noise.
acceleration. There's no emotion.
Yeah.
There's no feeling. There's no gear change.
Do you know what I like as well sometimes? With a natural aspirated car, the throttle response is better than an electric car with a really good one.
Yeah, of course.
Like the throttle response is just, what's it like on this? You just go like that. Yeah.
Very responsive. This is also why I love, you know, naturally aspirated car. Most of my cars are naturally aspirated. The only ones that's not, the Bugattis,
Do you have Koenigsegg's or not?
used to have the whole range of 27, but not anymore.
Have you got a Carrera GT?
I had a Mirage GT before, but not a Carrera GT. Funny, the first day I got a Mirage, I stalled twice. So it's got a little bit better clutch already, but it's still very easy to stall. Marco was making fun of me. He said, "Hey Mike, you can't drive." I was like, "Okay, you drive it."
Did
He
he
also
stall
stalled.
it? Yeah.
I said, "Marcus." He said,
Do you have any normal cars?
S65 is my daily.
S65?
Yeah. I have one in every country I stay, basically.
Is that the saloon, the big?
The
S?
V12, yeah.
Yeah.
The 4-door.
Do you drive it or do you get driven?
That one I drive it. I have 3 S65 I drive myself. I also have the Pullman.
The what?
The Maybach Pullman.
Oh, right,
That's
okay.
the one I get driven in. Just Lambos, Ferraris, stuff like that. Now my newest daily actually my Chiron. Now.
Which
It's
Chiron?
just
And
the standard one.
The standard one, okay.
Yeah.
You got a Super Sport as well?
Yeah. It's flying from America into London this week. It'll be transferred to Germany next week. So I'll try to do 400 kilometers an hour in that car.
On the Autobahn at night?
Yeah.
You do it at night or in the morning?
Night. I think night is better.
So Marcus has said his fastest was 380 something.
Really? Which car?
Chiron. No, Koenigsegg. Okay, right.
So I'm gonna beat him to 400 first. Yeah.
Wow. Thanks.
No
That was
worries.
good. What a thing. Oh. So what do you pay for this? What do you have to pay for it? You've got the donor car, you've got the work.
Yeah, basically.
Uh-huh.
It's over 10.
Over 10. And okay, and if you were to sell it, it'd be the same.
I'll never sell this. This is going to the grave with me.
Are you going to be buried in it?
Yes, I'll be sitting here, and maybe down like 200 years down the road, you see a skeleton in the Zonda somehow. Are we using this or no?
No, we can. I can ask if you guys want to.
Yeah.
It's a handling course they have inside.
Yeah.
It's a round. It's an oval.
If we can.
And it's a drifting area.
It looks empty, so can we borrow it?
Luckily, Mike wasn't so precious about the car I'd be driving, his €4 million Apollo IE. Yes, it was a tough decision, but I had to experience this incredibly rare, naturally aspirated V12 hypercar for myself. And amazingly, Marcus was able to sweet talk the test track operators into letting us use their handling circuit for free, despite the fact we showed up completely out of the blue. Maybe this sort of thing happens all the time when you own a fleet of hypercars. Anyway, before I could drive the Apollo, there was something we had to do first.
So what's going to happen here is Mike's going to drive me first. Go for a little spin around this track.
Yeah.
And we'll see how we get on.
Interesting track. First time for me here.
First time for me here. It's crazy that they're letting us do this. Are you glad you came from Dusseldorf?
Yeah.
The handling track looks fairly narrow, and this car has a terrible turning circle.
And see the turning circle is almost non-existent.
Oh, we did it. We're okay. It's noisy, isn't it? A lot of gearbox.
Yeah.
It seems a lot more extreme than the Zonda, doesn't it?
I can't really hear you.
Don't worry. So I'm going to have this like this so you can hear me. So it's bouncy on the suspension. The car shunts at low speeds. It's so noisy. Oh, the exhaust on the overrun. Go for it. This laid-back seating position definitely starts to make sense under braking, because it's almost like you're braking while standing up. You can really put pressure onto the pedals. Whoa! Here we go. I'm going to get to drive it.
One of the reasons I chose to drive this car is because I was worried about damaging the clutch in the Carrera GT. But as I strapped myself in, Marcus dropped a bombshell on me.
So the clutch comes really in the beginning.
There's a clutch?
Yeah. The clutch, the bite point is very close to the end of the pedal.
Okay.
You will notice.
So it's like driving a Carrera GT. Let the clutch raise.
Yeah.
When you get on the move, then
And then it's pedals.
Yeah, only for the first gear you need the clutch.
Okay.
After that you don't need the clutch.
How do I bring the pedals closer?
You want them closer?
Yeah, a little bit. I've got short legs. I might go a little bit closer, just because I've got really short legs. There we go, got it. Okay, first gear.
yeah.
Just pull
Clutch
up.
in.
Yeah, clutch is in.
Yeah. First gear.
What's the odds that I stall it?
We'll make fun of you.
Okay, right. Got it. Here we go.
Oh, hold on. Handbrake.
E-brake. You almost set me up there, Mike. There we go.
Then now throttle. It's fine. Not bad.
Yeah, there's not much lock, is there? Whoa! I'll get my watch caught on the blooming. We can try lateral G. Pretty good lateral G. Wow! Send it the other way.
First, then neutral. Hold on. Go to first. No. Hold on.
What does E stand for?
Aero, just like a race car.
However, while Mike was fixing this problem, he noticed something else stopping me from experiencing the car's full potential.
You're on sport comfort suspension even.
Ah.
So you're not even on the, maybe you want to try, you're not even in the race mode yet.
Okay, let's go to race mode.
The suspension setting is here.
So we're in sport now. So we'll try it again, yeah?
Try again. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
E-brake.
E-brake, yeah.
Do you reckon I'm going to make it run in one go?
Let's see. No.
Oh, bloody hell, look at that.
Yeah.
It's like a ship.
Something's not right.
Turn around and go back.
Okay. No fuel?
Yeah, it's low fuel, that's probably what it is. Might get a fuel surge on it.
Does it feel different? Yeah, it does, right? A little bit more
Stiffer.
Yeah, stiffer.
It was a bit more rolly before. So neutral, thing in, press neutral, we are done. Well, thank you very much, Mike, for letting me have a drive in this car. I don't think I'm ever in my life going to drive one again.
No, just come and you drive it again.
It's so, okay.
Just come over again, you drive it again.
But I don't think I'd drive anyone else's, because who else in the world's got one? You've got 2 of 10.
Yeah, so you have 8 other owners.
And you know them.
Yeah.
Where are they based?
I think there's a few in America. Actually, there's one seized by the police in Las
really?
Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah, some kind of fraud thing there.
So Las Vegas police have one?
Yeah, Las Vegas police have one.
I really enjoyed driving this incredibly rare Apollo, but despite its amazing engine and race car performance, there's actually a different hypercar I'd rather go home in, the iconic Zonda F Roadster. But Mike and I were about to drive into a world of trouble. There was a huge storm approaching, and the Zonda F's roof was back at ESSA headquarters. This meant we had to drive as quickly as possible to avoid the rain and hopefully protect this $10 million car's bespoke interior.
Yeah, look, it's coming.
That's a rain, yes.
It's coming.
We'll have to drive faster than the cloud.
We need to just pull into a garage station or something.
We should have to ask the boys to take the roof back.
It's a bit better now. You're moving. When you're driving, it doesn't get you so badly, does it?
Yeah.
We've beaten the cloud. That was good work.
Yep.
We're okay. And when we were driving anyway, you went over the top quite a bit.
Yep. As long as you're moving, it's okay. It's only when you're stationary, that's when you get wet.
Yeah, my hair's wet. It's yours, look.
Yeah, mine is proper wet.
It's woken me up. Now we calm down. Oh, it's so good, isn't it, this?
Come
Here we go
on,
again.
move out of the way.
It's coming. It's coming.
Because we're going back to the cloud. We won't run.
Made it.
Made it.
Straight to the garage.
Yes.
Open the door! Here we go. There's a room. Yeah, there's room. Straight in.
Yes.
Hey! We did it.
Woo.
Well done.
Made it out.
It turns out that no matter how much money you have, if it rains and your hypercar doesn't have a roof, you're going to get wet.
Now at the first sight, I I never believed when I saw you for the first time. I changed my mind. Your eyes and your smile are a fantasy. I need